So in this lecture, I'll be teaching you about switch and case statements. So the switch and case statements are very similar to if and else statements as control structures. So they allow us to execute multiple conditions, like in a very similar fashion that we did in previous lectures, but it's optimized for JavaScript. So it allows for faster execution. And it's also like a more readable way to declare if and else statements. So for example, let's just say I wanted to execute this kind of ternary operator here. So we said we check the weather here. Is the weather rainy? Question mark. If it's true, bring an umbrella. Else, just display this message. Just dress casually. So I'm going to do this with switch and case statements. So the way to declare switch and case statements will be demonstrated shortly. Just go switch, and then you put these curly braces, and then this will be the block code that will be executed. If this expression here, this expression will be called the control variable, right? So this is a kind of variable that we will use to check different cases. So in this case, our control variable is weather. So we're just going to put weather here. Then we go case. So let's just say, okay, we said rainy, right? In the ternary operation. So rainy. And then we executed this block of code, rainy. And then we paste here. And then we put a break. I'll tell you why it's important to put a break in a short order. And then let's just say default. So this will be the default case that would execute if all the cases are not true. So default, let's just say alert, dress casually. So alert, dress casually, and then like so. Right now, what's the value of weather? The weather is hot, so it's neither rainy or any other condition. So it will just go to the default of alert, dress casually. So let me just check this, assuming there's no errors. So there we go, just dress casually. So it didn't work here, so it went to the default value, default case. So what if it's true though? Let's just test it out. Just refresh this. So in this case, it will just execute this block of code, bring an umbrella, and we go OK. So what happens if we remove the break here? Just to show this. Well, it goes bring an umbrella, but what if I press OK? It also executes just dress casually, which is not what we want. So break just breaks out of this block of code. It just stops. Otherwise, if there's no break here, it will keep going to the other cases, and it will execute until a break is found. For example, let me just extend the cases like I did in the if-else structure here. So for example here, if the weather is snowy, so I just add a new case. Let me just copy this, and then I'm going to paste this here, and I just say snowy. And our message here for snowy is wear a heavy jacket. So wear a heavy jacket like that. And then if I refresh now, so bring an umbrella. If I don't have this break, it should go to wear a heavy jacket and stop at this break, but it will not go to the default. So for example, it should display first, bring an umbrella, then it should go bring a heavy jacket. So we are here, but now there's a break, so it should not go to this statement, and it stops. So that's how that works. That's why we have a break here. And to test this out, let's just say snowy. Let's just say our weather is snowy. Okay, now I'm going to refresh, and here it just says dress casually, so there's a bit of an error here. Snowy, should be snowy, not snow. So let's refresh. There we go, wear a heavy jacket, executes this line of code. You can certainly add as many conditions as you want here. For example, the other condition that we had was sunny. So if the condition is sunny, we said wear a cap. So just come here to this case and we say wear a cap because it's sunny. And of course, we say wear a heavy jacket because weather is still heavy jacket. So I could just go up here and change the weather variable to sunny, uppercase. Now, it says wear sunglasses and a cap. So executed this block of code because this case is true. So that's how that works. And that's how switch statements work, switch and case statements. Certainly you can add as many conditions as you want. And if all these cases fail, we just go to the default, we go alert, just dress casually. And so that's how that works. Thank you very much.